Hi, I'm Charlotte, and welcome to Married, Single, Divorced. I'm here with my besties.
Hi, I'm Larissa, and I'm married. And I'm Fern, happily divorced.
And by elimination, that makes me your single girl. We're bringing the group chat online and showing you behind the scenes of our very different lives.
We're confessing intimate thoughts, making jokes at our own expense, and proving life isn't all glossy Instagram feeds. Our goal? To show the messy, funny, unfiltered side of marriage, motherhood, dating, and everything in between. Coming up this week.
Would I be able to do that for somebody I loved?
I found it actually for our relationship possibly the hardest thing to manage. I started dating someone who had a different religion and his family didn't approve. 10 years down the line.
He's a dickhead.
It's like, don't pick up the book, girls.
You're like,
I don't
girls,
need run. Because, well, more like I was like, I don't want to have to throw it in the bin. Like that felt a bit like bad.
Into it. Welcome
go.
back, everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
Are we allowed to tell people this is a Sunday?
Well, I did put that on Instagram. We've never recorded in the middle of the day before.
A Sunday daytime.
Sunday session.
Oh, yeah, Sunday
Nice.
sesh.
So the lighting should be beaut.
We hope. Anyway, what's everyone been up to this week?
Don't know if you can tell if you're watching on video, but
Oh yeah, video is new.
I've had the chop, my hair. Not the other one. I had my hair cut. I have this bit of like a cycle. I let it grow. I don't go for a hair appointment. I ignore it. And then it starts, when it gets a bit ratty? Like, the ends are getting a bit thin. Yeah, I noticed on you about a year ago.
No, me. I know it's not me. I've got really fine hair, so like it's always knotty. Even the hairdresser's like, "Oh, it's the knotty one." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just knotty
hair." So yeah, it had got too long. I wasn't enjoying sort of styling it anymore. When I go to the gym, I don't dry it. I let it air dry. But when it's got colder, it's not drying.
Yeah,
it's not drying. There's too much hair. It's not drying. I can't be bothered with the diffuser. So I just went online to this, I have a curly cut, so they cut it dry.
Oh, okay.
So like curl by curl. I say they don't pick up a curl and cut it, but they look at the curl pattern you've already got dry. Because obviously if you cut it wet, and then it bounces up. All sorts of crazy. Just booked in on the Monday night. Tuesday morning, off I went.
Nice.
What do you want to cut off? I was like, probably to my shoulder. She was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, I'll be back in 2 years.
I'll be back in 2
You're
years.
not going to make money from me.
Great customer.
Yeah, they're like, do you want us to book you in for a... No. I'm okay. I'll book in when I'm ready.
I also enjoyed finding out about it through the Instagram.
Well, I'd literally booked it the night before. Yeah, and I'm on Insta stories on a Tuesday, so I was like, here we go.
Because there's no Tuesday boyfriend.
No.
Given up.
Oh, I deleted the apps this week.
I mean, I haven't, but I may as well. I don't go on them.
I'm over it. Somebody I follow on Instagram did go on a breeze date yesterday, actually. She was like,
document it?
A little bit.
Was
She
it
didn't
at
share a
Brewdog?
lot. No, she doesn't live in Manchester. But
what city was she in?
I'm assuming like near Nottingham. I think she's...
Like
I don't know.
Geography.
Well, I only know her through Instagram. Like, we're like
fair enough.
Instagram friends. But anyway, yeah.
So what else have you been up to? Anyone? Larissa?
I've had a very kid-centric week.
Okay.
My sister has been visiting from London with her 2 little ones. So we've been soft play. We've been to the Fire Museum in Rochdale. We've been to the garden centre.
Never been there.
It's
Am I missing out?
Yeah, it was cute. It was very age appropriate for them. But you know when you go to a museum, you read none of the blurb because you're just chasing after little ones. And then went to the Trafford Centre. You just ticked off all the horrendous.
They got all the Christmas decorations out. Big trees. The singing Christmas tree.
It's not there anymore.
Oh, no.
At the Traff?
I don't think so. I think it's the one that's usually by the John Lewis.
Yeah, John Lewis.
Yeah, it's just a huge tree with no scary face on it anymore.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm drained. I feel like a shell of my...
But you're out here today.
Yeah, just so
no
nice.
kids around.
I was like, bye children. All 4 of you. My sister's going back to London today. I love you. Love you all. But bye.
As my grandma always said, nice to see you and nice to see you go.
My dad has a saying, fish and friends go off after 3 days, but I think it could extend to family.
Oh,
3 days with anyone is more than enough.
Yeah.
And how long have we had a week? Charlotte, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I was ill last week, wasn't I? So been taking it easy, but I did go to Blackpool on Saturday salsa dancing.
Very nice.
Which I love. It's on 3 times a year and it's kind of a non-negotiable to me. I put it in the diary and everything else fits around it.
Nice.
Oh, which does remind me, we all caught up last Friday with our other friends from school, which was really nice.
Cute. That's a little catch up with the week.
I was like, I'm thinking I've seen you sooner than I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a while since we recorded, but we actually went out and just socialised.
Yeah.
That was so nice.
It was.
Crazily, with like 2 other of our friends with no kids. We can't remember the last time we caught up with no kids.
It was so nice.
It was lovely.
I ate a meal. Like, just, like, I didn't have anyone on my lap. Like, the only spillages were from me. That was so nice. I forgot we did that.
I forgot we did that.
Although I stank of food.
Yeah, same.
I just mustn't have a great sense of smell because you 2 were whinging about it the next day. I was like,
My hair.
Yeah, it was my
hair.
I can still smell it on my coat when I put my coat on. My anorak.
Fern's just clearly immune to.
But yeah, so that's been our week.
oh, lovely. Okay. Right, so hitting the episode.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
Okay, I've got something to bring to the table. The other day, Fern told me about a program called Couples Therapy. Is it?
I'd heard from it on another podcast.
Oh.
Cheating on us.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So I started watching the beginning of it. I've not watched it all, I will admit. But
How long are the episodes? Do I need to get on this?
Like 20, 30 minutes. Pretty good. Yeah, it's a good
manageable.
one. Yeah.
yeah, so I think my understanding is there's 3 couples on it at the moment, and they all come to this couples therapy.
Like real people, this is. This
Okay.
is not
Yeah.
like a drama.
No, it's like a real therapist. It's quite interesting. I could get into it, but I've just not had a lot of time. And there was a few different ones. One was a polyamorous couple. I could not relate.
I don't think we've got much to add to this one. We've pretty much said,
No.
too jealous.
Yeah.
To,
I'm not sharing.
Wow, that's. I kind of interested though.
Oh, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
It gets quite juicy then, I think.
The other one was a couple that were together, had a kid together, lived separately. I couldn't really work them out. They seemed very dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And then the third one was a couple, and she's a Christian and he's an atheist, and she's practically having to cut off her relationship with her mum because her mum doesn't approve that he's not
Are
Christian.
they married?
Yeah, she married him.
in secret from.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So they plan on being together, but I just found that such an interesting dynamic. Like, and when I thought about it, would I be able to do that for somebody I loved?
Don't know, Charlotte.
I don't know. Like, could I? I almost can't imagine being with someone that my family didn't approve of. But it
then-
happens.
Well, I was going to say, like, let's go back to my marriage. No one told me they didn't like him. They just put up with it. So is it like her mum that's made it such a big thing? Almost like you could not think someone's the best, or you could say, well, that's not who I pictured you with, but it doesn't mean, like, I think it's her mum making the decision of like, well, if you're with him, then you can't have me. I don't think she's gone, oh, mum, you need to go away.
Yeah.
Her mum's like, I don't approve of this, and therefore I won't be in your life if this is a choice you make.
What's difficult there, because you mentioned about your ex-husband, I think there's a difference between maybe seeing someone and thinking we don't necessarily like this person, but it's hard if it's someone that let's say your child chooses to be with, but is actually a lovely person, but they are and they make your child super happy, but it's just not something that you imagine them to be with.
It's so hard because I can't then picture that, because all I would ever want for my children is happiness. So if I saw it, like, and I know, not being a religious person, that then doesn't, I can't picture something being more than their happiness, like me caring about anything more, that I would be like, no, I think I can see you're so happy, you're really supported, you're having a great time, but oh, that tick box isn't ticked, so it's a no. Like, I can't picture that. I mean, I've been through it a bit.
Have you?
First boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I saw one of the girls had a boyfriend then. I was like, whoa.
No.
Don't remember that.
So how old was I? 15?
Yeah, 15.
And I started dating someone who had a different religion, and his family didn't approve. It was less his mum and dad and more his grandparents.
Yeah.
And so I think we were together for about 6 months before it kind of came to this ultimatum. And it wasn't a choice because he was 15. He wasn't like about to leave his family.
Things?
Yeah. Well, no, it went into secret, didn't it? But
I feel like you guys were together for
quite a long time. But it was pretty toxic, really, in terms of like just mental health wise, more for him.
Yeah.
He did break up. He was told he had to break up with me by his family. So he did. But we were still in the same friendship group. So we saw each other all the time. And then we would just obviously go off for little walks on our own.
That's what they call it these days, a walk.
Yeah. And like he would come to my house. And I do think his mum knew, really. It was almost like, well, you can keep doing it, but like...
don't shout about it.
Yeah, and you can't say that she's your girlfriend. So he would come to my house sometimes after school. But I just remember getting it to a point and like I met him, I think it was in Bury, and he had to go into the toilets in Bury and like throw up because he was so stressed with this situation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really bad. But you know when you're like...
I don't remember any of this. Goodness me. It's a lot.
Yeah. But it was that, I was like, I think obviously me being 15, 16 maybe at this point and being like, that's not fair. You know, everything's unjust, isn't it?
Course.
So like I wasn't willing to be like the one to be like, no, this needs to stop. It's not healthy for you. It's more like your family needs to change. That's wrong of them. And we were both, I think, obviously of that opinion, but...
It's also one of those things that if you have your parents or someone object to it, it just makes you want it more.
Oh, forbidden fruit.
Yeah. So it's like, I think there's a fine line between pushing. I know my eldest sister, she got engaged to someone who I didn't like and had expressed that he didn't like me. And I was like, oh, that's rude. I'd met him once. So, but I think he realised that I was onto him. Like, as in, I just knew that they weren't meant to be together. It wasn't great for them. And my parents felt a similar way, but they were so kind, and so they were just like, we'll support this until, you know, it's not something, and then we'll just basically, when it comes crashing down, we'll be there to pick up the pieces, but we're not going to do anything. And actually it fizzled out itself because it wasn't meant to be. But I think that is the correct... I think if they'd have objected, it would have made her want it even more. And then...
Yeah.
Like,
which maybe is... Obviously, I just went very quick into the marriage and went for it, didn't I? But yeah, like it wasn't that there was ever a lack of support or someone telling me not to, but there was definitely like I sensed a dislike from other people and knew really because it was horrible.
I feel like we keep coming back to your relationship.
Because it's just so stupid.
And I don't mean to laugh, but like... I don't know, because sometimes like you say to me like, oh, it's not your person, and I'm like,
but you keep going back.
So that is actually like bringing that up now, having the previous episodes aired and people listening to it, have they volunteered their opinion on how they...
yeah.
And how has that made you jump to someone's defense, or do you feel more inclined to be like, actually you're right? Or
I mean, I think deep down I know most people have been like, he's a dickhead, but I think my mum's like, he's got another name, dickhead, which is like hard. And then my sister's like, oh, you will find someone that is everything. And then, I mean, there's people that have kind of like sent in the like, oh, I've been there, you know, it's not as easy as it is as saying like cut it off.
Yeah.
And then interestingly, one of our friends had a total swing and was like, if that's the person that you decide and he wanted to be with you and everyone already has this prejudgment, she's like, just know that I'm here for you if that's the decision you make, like, and you want that to be, she says, you're in a tricky position now because most people have this perceived like, oh, you know. And I think what I have to admit in this situation is I push the boundary that he has told me he doesn't want anymore. And I think as much as we're like, oh, he shouldn't be keeping doing this, like, he knows how you feel, you guys shouldn't still be seeing each other. Like, I push that agenda. Like, he doesn't push it at all. Like, if I never messaged him again, he'd probably never message me. Like, I think I have to take some ownership in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have been quite
grown up, Charlotte.
I know. Well,
and then it just gives her the freedom to be like, went back after Blackpool, didn't I?
That was like prearranged.
Well, did you know what I mean? But it's fine. Yeah. Like, I think, and you've said it yourself, like, with hormones and times of the month, like, you can deal with that better. And at that point, you were very capable of dealing with it.
Yeah, like,
and knowing what it is for what it is.
I know this week I couldn't message him or see him. Like, it would be like
detrimental.
I've been crying at anything. I don't need anything else.
We've also all just did we all just cry before we pressed record?
I cried.
Some tears were shed, shall we say. But yeah, I think people have been quite happy to have their opinion on that for me, whereas I wouldn't necessarily have it be so open to other people and be like, that's not the right person for you.
You've opened it up.
I think that's it. Once you put it out there, you are allowing people. You're not asking for opinions, although we do always say, tell us what you think. So we are actually asking for what people think.
Yeah.
But it's just knowing in yourself, like, as long as you are keeping yourself sane with it and protecting yourself in some ways from those feelings, then
you're in control.
Yeah. And it's learning and navigating how to be in control of that situation until potentially, like Sis says, you'll meet someone and you'll be like, what am I messing with him for?
Yeah.
Or 10 years down the line,
he's a dickhead. We'll be sound biting that one. Playing it again. Oh, Charlotte.
I know. Anyway, that's a good detour.
Sorry. And Larissa, what do you think about this relationship? Like, were your parents very accepting of your relationship? Have you been accepted into?
I think my parents have been amazing at recognizing, like you said, ultimately all they want is for their children to be happy. And until a point when that isn't the case, I think that's when they would step in. Well, I mean, I don't know whether they'd step in, but they'd
come to your defense. Like, if you asked for them to help.
Hands down, so I've always felt really kind of confident and happy that my husband is a part of my family and there's no awkwardness or go on, Charlotte.
I should have asked if you want to talk about this because you guys had quite a religious upbringing and your husband isn't religious.
The same religion. I think.
How was that early on?
It was actually really interesting because my husband had he grew up in Dubai, so he didn't really have we went to a church school. Like, I think we forget that the ethos and the founding of the school was church.
Around the church.
And so I know the Lord's Prayer and I know
we can sing it. Do you remember singing it?
And also my background is I went to university to do theology and religious studies, so I'm really passionate about all religions and cultures, and I find it I love sitting down and talking to people about their history and their upbringing and their traditions, and I love going abroad to kind of immerse myself in other backgrounds and
it's just making me laugh thinking about you going abroad and just shitting yourself.
That's how I immerse myself.
Just eat the food.
Immerse myself.
It's a full body experience. But yeah, no, he had a very, very different upbringing in that he didn't have any sort of religious upbringing, and his school was. He went in Dubai. I don't know what assembly had, or whether they had an assembly, because it was a British school in a foreign country. Okay. So it was I'm not quite sure, but he basically wasn't quite as.
He didn't sing hymns.
No, didn't know the Lord's Prayer. He hadn't really been to church,
which is wild to me.
I know. So he was there, looking at me singing. He was like, "What? What is going on?" But he just and Christmas is very commercial. It's about the trees and the presents. And I was like, it is a Christian, where's your nativity? And so that isn't a thing, it's just. So it meant that I think he was just very open to experiencing new traditions, new kind of, and for me, I am traditional. I mainly enjoy gathering for food. It's just it's a time to everyone gets together. So I'm close with my family. A time for kind of a religious evening was more just getting as many people in the house as possible for a big meal. So I think that in that sense he slotted in very easily.
And your parents had no issues?
Well, they I mean, I'm not going to lie, they obviously were disappointed that I didn't manage to find someone who was the same religious background, but I think as soon as it got past that kind of early stages of, we met at university and this was it's a fling and it'll die out, they kind of
accepted it.
Yeah, they saw us together and they were like, well, this is the path I've chosen, and I was really happy, and they saw us together. I think they often say when they see us together, there's things that they see couples and they say you can tell that the other person has helped bring other things out of that person, and they recognize that with me, and they were like, certain things that you've gained confidence, or you've have traveled the world together and you have all these experiences, and they were like, it's opened a new chapter, and they were like, that's really nice to see, and they think we complement each other very well. We all live together now, so that for a very
that's nice though.
Yeah,
because a lot of this couple, the mother was not open-minded to that at all.
Yeah,
and I find it so just bizarre to picture that.
You have no religious upbringing at all, though, do you?
No, I know the Lord's Prayer, I can sing it, but I love a hymn. I love going to a Christmas concert for the carols, and then at the end I went to watch someone from work who sings in their local church choir, and they just invited anyone that wanted to come, so I took the girls and we went to our little Christmas concert.
I love that.
It was really cute, and at the end they were like, remember, church is not just for Christmas, take this book, go. I was like, don't pick up the book, girls.
You're like, girls, run.
Because more like I was like, I don't want to have to throw it in the bin, that felt a bit bad, but we don't need it.
We don't need this Bible.
I was a bit like, please don't pick one up.
Yeah.
Because they were just a bit like, the man said pick one up. I'm like, no.
Don't listen to the man.
I don't know. I have I was brought up Catholic, and I've done my Holy Communion, which is a lot more than most people.
Yeah.
But
it is.
I was so jealous when people got the bridesmaid's dress or the mini bride dress for that.
And you got a bag on the day and people put money in it.
Oh.
I mean, I say I was brought up religious. I think for my confirmation, I got the Spice Girls CD, not a Bible. So, it was
But I mean, if you have kids, you got a green light to the schools. Just so funny how many people, when I'm in our local park, and they're like, make sure you go to the church and make sure you sign the register. Otherwise you won't get into the local school. I'm
Which
just
is crazy.
Wow. Yeah. And they're like, oh no, we didn't christen or baptize or anything, and we're now quickly trying to get together a thing where...
Yeah, someone told me that when I was living in Salford, and they were like, because I was really worried about secondary schools for the girls, which is hence why we moved. But they were like, you just need to go to that church for the next 7 years and then they can go to one in Bury. I was
it's a big commitment.
I was literally like, no, no, I
out.
can't. I was like, I'll just move house.
I mean, it is I always say it's a nice sense of community. When I first came home, my sister went to church a lot, and I used to go on a Sunday because then we'd go out for breakfast afterwards, and I can get on board with a lot of what's being said. But then at the end, he was like, because God told us to, and I'm like, we should just be nice people.
Yeah.
We should just see the joy in everything. We should just look for the good in people.
Full stop.
Period. Yeah. Doesn't.
But I'm the same as you, Larissa. It's that I like the traditions because it brings people together. It makes you...
It's a blessing and a curse, though. Because with Christmas coming up, just thinking about you guys, Christmas is a big deal. And that is for most families, that's when they break down, because you're forcing them together.
But I just think it's because everyone puts too much pressure on it.
Yeah.
We we say every year there's like this big pressure. What are we doing? Who's doing this? Who's doing what? Who's like, what time are we doing this? What time are we doing that? And everyone's like fannying around for 5 weeks for this one day.
Put so much pressure on that day that
to have a great time.
Someone then wakes up just in a bad mood or with a bit of a cold, and you're like, oh, you're not happy today. What's wrong with you?
I think it's more than that though. It's like, if as a family and an extended family, if you're only seeing them once a year, there's a reason you're only seeing them once a year. Like,
I agree.
So why are you forcing everyone together in a room so that you can say to people, I've had this, picture perfect Christmas where everyone's happy families? No, it isn't. Like,
I used to be so jealous. I would see like friends' pictures on like Instagram, Facebook, whatever, where they'd have, like 4 dining tables all scattered through the room, and then everyone's having this massive Christmas dinner, because we've never done that. It's the same as Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Me, my mum, my dad, my kids,
nice.
and my brother, if he's there. And then Charlotte comes on Boxing Day.
We did one Christmas like that at Claydon Drive, where I don't know what happened, but our neighbours down the road came, their family, and we set it out in the big lounge room. Like, there must have been about 14 of us, and it was chaotic. It was fun because they were pretty easygoing, all muckerinners. We all had too much to drink. It got out of control, but it was fun. But like, I equally enjoy our Christmases now, where we go to my sister's in the morning, we see the kids open their presents, we come back here, I have a lie on the couch, I cook the dinner, we all eat it, and everyone fucks off at 8 o'clock at night.
But that is your family though.
Yeah.
So you're not inviting like, your distant cousins, uncles, blah, 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 blah. Because why? Because if you don't see them normally, why would you do that on this
I
one
always
day?
say that, and it's like, your family by blood, but like your friends are the family you choose, I think. And it's
I love it.
just because you're blood related does not mean that you have to get along.
I do struggle with this notion of like people who are really like blood's thicker than water. And I'm like, but it's people's actions. When people like go down the family tree and they like track people, and it's like, oh, let's go to this country because we've got like a second cousin twice removed, whatever. And I'm like, why? Unless I feel like maybe that's, and I don't want to like put everyone in the same bracket, but if you're quite lonely, maybe that's where you're reaching. I don't know. Are you reaching for connection?
You're a loser, and that's
no. But I don't know. Maybe like my life is just so full, like on my own with my kids.
Full.
Well, I'm not looking for more in my cup.
Well,
so
try navigating that. Like, you're saying your blood, so this is your family. Try adding your in-laws to the mix.
Yeah, like obviously you're the only one with in-laws. I didn't know mine when I was married, really. I'd met each of them once. Oh, come on then.
That's something I've really struggled with. You're trying to adopt someone else's family, and if that, I feel like it isn't necessarily something that, if you don't get on, or for whatever reason, what is the point of forcing this relationship, like, to the point where...
But I think it's hard, isn't it? Because you've almost got to mutually come to that decision. It's like, oh, okay, if we don't get on, can we keep the distance? Or is it then like someone pushing it more than the other, and then that's where it gets uncomfortable?
It's something that I've really struggled with. Like, genuinely, like, I've been with Mike for 17 years, 18 years.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so he was saying, like, for him, and obviously he moved to the UK when he was 18. So he's had...
For uni,
sorry, yeah.
And his family was still in Dubai?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's had a closer connection to my parents than he has with his, because he's seen them more consistently than... So, like, more exposure to them than he has with his own. And it's something that I, from the very start... like, everyone wants to make a good impression. At this point, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, we didn't know that this was going to end in, like, marriage. And everyone wants to be liked. Like, you're not going to go into something and be like, oh, like, it's great that, my in-laws don't like, or my future in-laws or whatever. And it's something that Mike's parents are divorced. And that is also something that's really hard, because...
Well, then you've got two families that you're navigating on that side.
And you also naturally you will compare them. There's two couples involved. Like, his parents are divorced and both remarried. And I just naturally get on far better with one than I do the other. And that is, it's just like it would be with friends. Like how I think as friends, we all have different likes, dislikes, whatever, but we all are very similar in that, you know, no one's like rude or kind of, I don't.
You come across with the same sort of ethos of life, and we all live in a not like that we live in the same life, but we have similar morals and we live in the same way.
The thing. Like if someone was kind of quite shocking and like had instances where it was someone that was always falling out with the group and it was one person, you might be a bit like, oh, maybe
it's naturally drift away,
or maybe it's the person, not us as a group. You know, like it's just a natural thing that you would deviate away. And you can do that with friends.
But you can't.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it depends on like Mike's almost relationship with them as well. In a sense of if he wants to maintain, does he have, I don't want to say like a favourite parent, but like, does he speak to them both equally? Like
Mike is Switzerland. He is like, he is a people pleaser to the point where he would do stuff that he's not comfortable with, but he doesn't want someone else to be upset. I am the same. So we'd be there like housing people or, you know, entertaining people, and we'd come away and both be like, and he would just be like, it's one day, it was not very good and we've not had a good time, but it's one day. Whereas I'd be like, that's really upset me, or this is, you know, okay, you're saying one day, but this is 17 years of a relationship. You know, like it gets to the point where it's like,
it's one day every year, it's going to keep coming. We can't be like, oh, let's not invite them next year.
And it's one of those where like, you're probably stressing for 10 days, 2 weeks before, so it's not one day. And it's then the impact it has after said event.
I found it actually for our relationship possibly the hardest thing to navigate. Genuinely, like we've had couples counselling, it always circles back to the trigger is kind of how we balance a family dynamic. But the way I see it now, which is really hard, like I have my own family now. Like my priority is my children and my husband. Like as horrible and as morbid as it sounds, like parents will die, you know, like hopefully before us, no, but genuinely, you know, and if they're, as I said before, if they're not filling up your cup, like your cup's very full and you get on with your family. So, you know, that is a lovely thing to be able to go and spend Christmas and not have to, you know, put on some sort of like big ceremony and like fake Instagrammy, like you're just comfortable and you're happy. So why is that not enough? And I kind of don't like this idea of you know, this kind of like big pompous ceremony of fakery. Like it's just,
I was gonna say like I would always hope that my in-laws potentially don't live that close, but yours are literally on the other side of the world, and there's still I guess with the modern technology that's becoming closer and closer.
I think so.
Yeah,
you'd have only received a letter once a year potentially.
It's honestly I feel like it makes me sound horrible, but I've put in so much time and energy and like mental capacity into trying to navigate a way of people pleasing everyone, and ultimately the person that's coming away broken is me, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Do you think it's changed since you've had kids then? That it has just been like, I can't keep doing this? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm advocating for myself, which I don't think I did well enough in the past. Yeah. And I feel like I came away from so many occasions in tears, like emotionally and physically drained. Like I would be ill because I'd got myself so stressed, so worked up. That's on me. Like if that's the way I've chosen to navigate it, I realise that that's my issue. When you're mixing two children in with that and they can't advocate for themselves, that's when it's become the point where I'm like, not doing it.
It's just so much stronger, doesn't it, sometimes when it's like, I'm protecting these, and not that necessarily like protection, but it's just like I need to do what's best for them. Like I can sort of not be okay with, because obviously you were still emotionally like, you know, upset and drained from it, but you're like, I'm putting me in this situation that's uncomfortable, but you're like, well, I'm not going to put my children in an uncomfortable situation.
I also don't want my children to see me upset.
Yeah.
Like, why? And they can tell, like, that
it's almost accepting it as well. Like, you're showing them that that's acceptable and that's not what you want to.
It's family on paper, it's okay, they can treat me like dirt, but okay, you know, they're no. And I don't want them to grow up with that. Like, I genuinely want to surround my children with safety, love, compassion. Like, I'm not saying don't have a relationship with XYZ. I'm just saying, like, you've got they can do that at the point when they're capable of, you know, advocating for themselves. But equally, I'm not going to put them in a position where I don't like the way they're being pseudo parented or grandparented or whatever, you know. Like, it's just, and this isn't the case for, I'm not saying this because it's in-laws. If it was you guys doing it, if it was my parents doing it, it's not, it's just...
If I was giving your kid a drink of my water cup,
well, you'd be out,
Charlotte.
hell would break loose.
I'd say something though.
Oh yeah, when you said
like,
that, you were like, no, absolutely not.
Put the water bottle
but
down.
then I don't think you would then hold that against me.
No, I'd be like, yeah, that's
a boundary
thing for Larissa.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. I think what I've really struggled with is I have put boundaries in place, and I think I was listening to a podcast with like a psychotherapist recently, and she was saying boundaries are really healthy in a relationship because if they're respected, there's a boundary, there's a wall and a door. And if the boundary is accepted, the wall's there, but there's also the door so you can come in. If the boundary isn't like adhered to or respected, then the wall's there and there's no door. Yeah. And that's the way a good relationship should work. And I know that that's the case with my family. Like I've said, look, I really love doing XYZ, but actually, Mum, this is really triggering me and really upsetting, so can you not do this? If she then continued, then
the door shuts.
Yeah, the door shut. You know, like, you know, I'm not going to keep putting myself in that position.
Yeah.
It's not a case of someone. It would be the same with our friendship. I'd be like, guys, if this is the point I'm at now, I'm just telling you this is quite triggering for me or whatever it is. Like, if that's not okay with you, like, let's take a step back and whatever.
It's re-navigating something, isn't it? But if two people aren't willing to re-navigate, if someone just keeps going and, like you say, bash those boundaries down, and you just feel like so disrespected, that you go, well, I can't build this relationship, and for me, I've got to create almost a bigger and closer boundary where it's just build a wall almost. You're like
a fort, fortress with a moat.
I was going to say, get a moat round it.
But yeah, no, it is
maybe a drawbridge, maybe with a bit of time.
But yeah, no, it's been a journey. Yeah, and the point we're at now is one of my in-laws is blocked on Instagram. Not on Instagram, sorry, on WhatsApp.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that wall is up.
Blocked or archived? Like
blocked.
Wow, okay, because I have people I don't need in archive. Things I don't need to see in archive.
Because it got to the point where I know you were mentioned, like you both said, distance. Great. Distance is great, but if you're still receiving like messages that are triggering and upsetting.
This is what I'm saying, is like with technology, like distance is actually nothing.
And the boundary isn't there. The boundary can be broken consistently if you overstep the mark in. And also it's, the other thing is and we've had this discussion as friendship groups, like we all have different languages in terms of like technology. You guys would rather pick up the phone and chat in the car. I've often got a screaming child in the car, or it might not be, like I can't zone out enough. Like a chat for me is like, I take myself away for half an hour and I can kind of, you know, like I called Fern the other day in the car when my youngest was asleep, because I was like, this is a time when it's uninterrupted. I can't, it's that thing where if my kind of language is messaging, I use WhatsApp, I'll send pictures with little comments. If that's not then received and someone else expects to be having weekly phone calls, like I'm not going to change, like I can't fit that into my life. And if that's not,
but it's that, like, it's still then that compromise. You found yourself with that little spot of time and gone, oh, I can now call, the same as I've feel like been making a real effort when I feel that you're not pulling away, but like I'm like, oh, I think she might need some assistance now, or just like to know I'm thinking of her.
So
I know that she's got like
a spidey sense. It's like wild.
She goes to me, should we be worried that we haven't heard from Larissa? I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'll send you the text because that's how
I was like a broken woman. I was like, yeah, I'm not okay.
Yeah, so like I'm learning yours and you're learning mine, and we're sort of coming to some like middle ground that works. You know, like the other night when we were doing podcast editing and you just rang, like you're like, oh my god, are you in bed? I'm like, no, it's fine, like don't worry.
I've got a lot better at ringing as well. It's
like
a brief moment of time. I was like, I'm really enjoying it
because it feels comfortable.
Old schoolers as well.
Because we've respected each other and we've done it in a way that's like, I've not been like to you, well, I don't want to text you, and you've gone, well, I don't want to ring you. Like if it comes to that sort of head, then you're like, well, no, like, all right, okay, I understand that you work this way, so let me come to you. You understand that I work in a different way.
But then you would never turn around to me and say, I expect 3 messages from you a day, and if they don't come, like, that's not okay. Like, and if you said that to me, I'd be like, well, I can't do that. So, you know, and don't put, you know, and I don't think that is how a healthy relationship works.
No.
And I don't think that then you can just literally say that because you're family. Like,
it's putting your boundary out there and saying, or like your feeling out there and seeing how the other person reacts to it, not putting a demand on someone.
It's the demands. That's the thing. And I just, like, Charlotte's mentioned it a bit before with her, like, your relationship with your, like, sister and grandma, and like,
like sometimes, like, there was a time like I'd hear from my sister every 10 minutes and I was like, it's almost too much. Or like I always say to her, like, I'm really sorry, but I cannot always be the person you need me to be in certain situations. Like, and it's hard for her to hear, but it becomes all consuming for me. And it was.
But you've maintained. I think the point is that it's been respected, and that you've been able to maintain.
Yes,
you found your new.
We're learning like a new flow of how things work, and it was the same with my grandma. Like, she's my grandma, and she brought me up, and she's been amazing to me. But I don't have to turn up and for her to say horrible things to me. Like, no, like we don't have to do that. And it takes a lot because sometimes it's people don't see why, and I don't always feel like the want to say why. But when I then, like, I know my mum said, like, you never go to your grandma, you never speak to her. And I was like, this is why. She was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I can understand that now.
Yeah. But sometimes it like takes a lot for me to process and then reset that.
What's hard is that's happened between you and someone else, and then you're relaying that. Like, if it's not been witnessed almost by someone, it's quite hard to then potentially your mum could turn around and say, well, you're the issue. She might not mean it in that way, or like, but I don't think that's a fair way for someone to rationalize your feelings. Like, if you're hurt by something, that should be enough. And I think this is what I've really struggled with Mike. I've come to him on so many occasions crying, like upset, like withdrawn. I'm not happy, and he's then rationalised it by, I don't think it was meant in that way.
And it doesn't help you in that moment, does it?
I don't think that's what's happened. I don't think. And I was like, it's 17 years. Like, I don't know, like, you know.
And it kind of becomes exponential, and I think, like, it starts little and then you're like.
Well, because you expect it now as well. Like, when someone has sort of like proven their behaviour, and you haven't been able to just been like, draw a line, let's move away, like a friendship, you'd be like, no, this just isn't working. And then it just carries on. And then you're already so heightened to it. You're like, I think you're going to say something. And then they say something like, and it's like, it's a worse response.
That. Yeah. So basically Christmas every year, I've been like, shit. Like, just the panic. And then, but I mean, the blessing is that what used to happen was that Mike used to spend every other year with because they were divorced parents. It was like, I'll go 1 year with this one and 1 year. So you'd have like a reprieve. I was like, it's okay. But it's the panic of just being forced into like a family dynamic of.
What do you do for Christmas now?
So now that we have children, the last year we were here, because I just had.
Phoebe would be young. Oh.
You know, Phoebe, yeah.
Are you happy for Phoebe to be on there?
She's only 1. Phoebe she was like 2 months old.
Yeah,
so
wow.
We were here last year, we're here this year. Because also that's the other thing. You're not like, I know obviously free and singles are wrong because we're married, but we were so much more kind of flexible because there was two of us. Like now you've got...
It's hard to say no when there's not like whereas now you can be like, no, the kids are pretty settled. I don't want to fly them all over the world for this day. Yeah. You're like, we're going to stay at home.
In March. You know,
yeah.
I think that's the other thing is like you're putting so much pressure on a time, but actually if you wanted to see us, you could just do it at, you know, whenever it is. But actually, since having kids, we haven't had a family Christmas.
Oh, that's
We've had a family Christmas with one side and not the other.
Oh, so, fair.
Yeah. And it was an amazing Christmas. I was absolutely wasted. It was an all you can drink, all you can eat buffet in a hotel in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I did that thing. I was like, I'm a parent now. I'm not going to be silly. I'll just have a couple of glasses of fizz. 6 hours in, they were just like, where's the taxi? Like, singing on karaoke. It was wild, but amazing.
Where was said child?
With everyone else.
Okay.
He was with us.
Yeah,
he was with us.
Just
but checking. I mean, like, I think I got the green light to let loose because everyone else was really responsible and not that drunk. And I was like, I've been breastfeeding for like a year and I've not had this opportunity to like, I'm not often with enough like responsible adults that you'd think, oh, I can be with my child but also let loose a bit.
Yeah.
So that must have felt safe though. That's good.
It was so nice. But the next day, the hangover.
Oh God, the fear of a hangover.
Awful.
I tried to force down half a pint the other Friday.
Oh, on Friday when we were out. I did
not
watch,
see. I couldn't even get it down.
Really?
Yeah, I was struggling with it. I don't know if it just didn't taste nice, but I struggled with a glass of wine the weekend before at dinner. We had my mum cooked a Sunday roast.
What's going on, Charlotte?
I don't know.
She's a new woman.
I was going to say.
Version 43.
43. I was going to say.
I'm trying.
Oh.
Anyway, what a walk around. Good for time, yeah.
Good time. Yeah.
Right, we get cracking on with some good shit only then.
Yes.
I've got one. It's come from my sister this week, not me. Nice. She does a milk round and one of the people she dropped at left her a present and a note the other day. They just left her they left her a box of chocolates and a note that's like, thanks for everything you do, bringing all the treats to us.
It's not even Christmas yet.
I know.
That's just an actual like...
To be fair, she's had a bar of chocolate from someone else in the past as well. Everyone's so nice. It's just like,
some people, that restores my faith in people.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And I saw something today and it's like, tell people how you feel, like if you like them, if they've been nice to you, like why not? Like that note's made her day and she
told us and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
And it's the smallest thing just to be like, oh,
I try that. Thanks. Like one of my favourite gym instructors has just gone on maternity leave and she just talked the other day, she was eating a bag of Haribo and she complained that there was too many cola bottles in it. I was like, oh, what is it you're after? Like, cause me, I'm like the rings, and she was like, no, the love hearts.
Me too, love, yeah.
No, I don't get it. But anyway, there's a little shop around the corner that's just like a pick and mix shop. And I just went and just got like 100 grams of
burst out
of love hearts, and then my littlest one does an exercise class with her as well, and then we just wrote a little card for her last one, just saying like, you're great, you make it easy to keep coming. I'm like, just tell people nice things.
Yeah,
I think these things. So why not say these things out loud? Like, it shouldn't be embarrassing to say something nice to someone.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah.
That's almost like your good shit only there. Have you got something else?
Only that we've recently gone to Berry Market.
I'm pretty sure this has been your good shit only already, has it not?
It's not.
Or do you just rave about it so much?
But I thought I'd actually get it out there. Guys, go to Berry Market.
Okay.
Cheap meat. Cheap veg. What else do we get?
Cheap meat. No, my mum went and got a leg of lamb from Berry Market the other day. It was so delicious.
It was tasty as well.
Cheap meat. It's the way you say
like, I'm just like, I'm in market mode. You got like haggle.
Yeah, you want 2 legs of lamb and a chicken.
Oh no, we got 4 joints and what else was it? And a chicken for 20 quid. No, it was. I love it.
I do like going.
And the girls love going. And it's almost got like a bit of a vibe now of like there's some like food vendors as well. Like,
yeah, should we go to Berry this afternoon, ladies?
Come on then, no market today.
No,
but we could go.
Still go there.
Anyway, so yours
get the gun out.
You forgot to say Berry's world famous.
Oh, Berry's world famous. We obviously get the black pudding as well.
And
Berry's
it is
world famous.
Though.
There was coach trips there when we went.
Yeah. I know. Amazing.
I love it anyway. I just love it.
Oh, well, there you go. Sponsorship, please.
I was going to say, we'll tag them.
Larissa, have you got us any good stuff?
Mine, along the vein of other people telling us stuff, my sister messaged and was just like, I just love listening to the podcast so much. She's a Tuesday listener, like an avid, like she's like waiting for it to come out. And she just sent a message, which I obviously screenshot and sent to you guys, but she was like, I genuinely love it so much. And I was like, that is my good shit, because it made me feel great. And I was like, even if she's lying, I was like, it's just nice to say. She wouldn't lie.
She's lying. She's not lying.
No, she isn't, because she just wouldn't say. But I was like, thank you.
Yeah,
like,
just to take that time out and...
Yeah.
Oh.
And our friends saying it, actually. It was really nice to catch up.
Yeah.
And, like, that was my good shit. I had such a good time.
Just being out.
Being out. It was nice.
My meal was awful, but...
Was it?
I still ate all of it because I was starving. But I just loved it. I was like, this is the thing. Like, you don't come for the, like, food or drink or whatever. It's just so nice to have adult catch-up.
Oh, we should book it in again.
We do. We need to do that. So should we say bye for now?
Yeah.
Till next week. Bye. Oh, no, Charlotte, don't forget.
Like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, do all the things, give us a love heart, say nice things. Peace out.
Bye.
I can't remember what they were.